Today is Sunday, May the 19th. I am going to do another paper review. Before I start, I'd just like to say, have you seen that pigging idiot on Twitter kicking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the back? What the bloody hell is going through somebody's mind when you do that? Why would you want to kick a 71-year-old man in the back? I mean, at least have a go from the front so he can knock you out on the way through. Unbelievable. I just cannot understand. And no doubt they'll probably put it down to some kind of mental attitude. And it's just wrong. It's just bloody wrong. Anyway, back with the Daily Star, folks. And headline is, it's hottest summer ever. Get set for a glorious summer as weather experts say there will be 3 months of sizzling heat. I'm going to now predict cold, wet, windy weather for the whole of summer. Come back for my video review on May the 19th, 2019 and see if I'm correct. Right, what we got? Oh, here it is, look. See, when I do these paper reviews, I don't read the paper first. I just open it up so it's like that. There's Arnie, look. There's somebody with videoing him from the front. And here, at the bottom there, look. His face when somebody kicked him in the back. Mind you, I would like to know what his bodyguard was doing. I think his bodyguard were actually trying to get in on the picture. Who were taking selfies. But there you go. Sausage and mash face the axe too. Doctors want hospital patients to be banned from eating bacon. Other favourites including sausage and mash and all-day breakfast could go too. The plant-based health professionals group fear the cancer risk processed meat posed and what NHS hospital to promote more healthy diets. I've been in hospital a couple of times. I've snapped my shin a few times, and do you know what, right, when you're in hospital and you're down and you're hurting and things like that, sometimes you just want something to eat. Now if I want to eat a sausage sandwich, I want a sausage sandwich. I pay my national insurance, I've paid a lot of it national insurance, and if I'm in hospital and I want something like a sausage sandwich, and I don't want some do-gooding idiot telling me I can't have a sausage sandwich. Give me a sausage sandwich, and that's it. The NHS spends millions treating cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. You can tell if somebody's a fat person, right, and they shouldn't be eating that kind of stuff. Understandable, to be fair, but the first thing that if they need some substance in them and they're not going to eat some of the shit that they want us to eat, and then anyway, what happens then? They get out of hospital, they get out, and they have a bloody case of KFC anyway. So all that is just a waste of time. Just feed the patients. A 25-year-old woman has been arrested on suspicion of murder after a man died following a fight. Greater Manchester Police recorded reports of an ongoing disturbance in Berwick Street, Rochdale, Lancashire, shortly before 9 p.m. The victim, believed to be in his 20s, had been stabbed in the neck. So that's a bit of a... what is it? I can't remember the word. Can't remember the word. When it's couples, that will come back to me. Pep Guardiola, I thought I couldn't read that, I haven't got my glasses on. Man City boss, £1,200 knit sells out wide world. Now, that is what he wears. We've all seen him, any football fan knows that. There it is there. I won't pay 1,200 quid for that. There is no way I would pay £1,200 for that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, we're banging on here about what we're looking at. Albert Square, Rani Cross is attacked by a punter after a prostitution scam with Stuart Highway goes horribly wrong. I'm not interested in that. I don't think we need to see we don't need to see a woman being hit. Do you know what? When these soaps do this kind of thing, they're just desperate. They're desperate, and it's just ridiculous. We don't need to see that kind of thing. We don't need to see a woman doing a prostitute, and we don't need to see a man slapping a woman. It's just an absolute joke. Saran Jones reckons lesbian romance in a new series will teach viewers that period dramas don't have to be stuffy. I'm going to give it a go, this Gentleman Jack that Saran Jones is in. It's set back in 1830. Apparently she was the first lesbian as such, or the first well-known lesbian, and I think that she took communion with her girlfriend, her lover, or whatever you want to say. You have to be careful when you're saying these things. Yeah, you don't want to say the wrong thing and offend people. And they considered that a marriage. And as far as I know, anyway, as history has told me and stuff, it's just silly things not silly things, but things that stick in your mind. We're nutty for bacon, apparently. Sandwiches are the most popular lunchtime meal in the UK and are popular at tea time too. Even the Queen loves eating tiny rounds one calls jam pennies. There you go. It's there's quite a few things here. The 1762, the year the gambler Lord Sandwich is reckoned to have come up with the idea. He asked a servant for meat between two slices of bread, so that he could eat while remaining at the gambling table. So there you go. I bet that weren't right. I bet that was sort of made up. And 2000, the year in which Man United Roy Keane criticised posh Old Trafford prawn sandwich brigade. We're all... that's a load of crap anyway, I've left that. Leave that there. Let's have a look. Cupid Arrows. Darts ace Barney, 51, tells of love for fan, 34, after dumping wife. Darts star Raymond van Barneveld has been struck by Cupid's arrow and has shared snaps of his new Brit girlfriend in Ibiza. The Dutchman posted poolside pics on Instagram with Julia Evans for the first time, dubbing her "my love." Just months after revealing he and his wife of 25 years are divorcing. Now, Raymond, my old lad, Ray, right? I'm just going to let you into a little secret here, mate. She is not after you. Where is he? Has he got another picture? She's not after you, mate, for your looks, your witty intelligence, your clogs, your windmills, your tulips, or anything like that. She's after you for your fucking money. Wake up, son, smell the coffee, get rid. My jailbird son rakes in a fortune by selling drugs from mobile in his cell. This is just another one of those things where it's a complete joke. Our prison system is a complete joke. Crimes like this, there she is, looking all dumb and gloomy. Look at that, look. There's the son on the phone. He's got a picture on the phone, look, to show that he's using his phone in prison to sell the drugs. It's just a complete nightmare. I'm fed up with saying this. Do you know what things in this country could be sorted so easily if somebody just grabbed something by the bollocks and sorted it? Prisons, get them built out on little islands off the edge of Scotland where nobody goes, right? And put them out there. Put them on boats as well. Just don't make it so easy. Boot camps in the middle of nowhere. We've got moors, ain't we? We've got bloody great massive moors down in Cornwall way, down south and on Yorkshire. Put them in a moor. It amazes me. Right, a TV dating show Love Guru thought he was entitled to have sex with the young contestants an employment tribunal heard. Celebs Go dating star Eden Blackman, 51, allegedly boasted co-star Nadia Essex that a contestant asked to sleep with him. It was also claimed that Love Island star Olivia Buckland sent a private message labelling him a love rat. Would you want to sleep with that? Look at the teeth on that. Like a regenerated BG with Kenny Everett. Who do these people think they are? Who do they think they are that they've got the right to get sleeping around with people? He thought he was entitled to harass women. These claims are extremely hurtful and damaging. I don't know. I honestly don't know, mate, but if that is true, if that allegation is true, you want kicking in the nuts, mate. Right. Prince Harry has left Meghan holding the baby as he joined the Queen at her cousin's wedding. Oh yeah, there's been another bloody royal wedding, isn't there? I wonder who paid for that one. Scandal of 83 sex attackers out on licence. More than 80 sex offenders have carried out further attacks after being freed from prison early. This includes men who have carried out repeated rapes and others who have committed multiple sex crimes against children. I honestly, you see, now I've just said it on that other one about the drug dealer in the prison. Get them in a prison on an island out in the middle of nowhere. There's got to be loads of islands out there in Scotland. Absolutely hundreds of them, I would have thought. Or even if there's not hundreds, it don't matter if there's only one. Just put them on an island out in the middle of Scotland and let them all fight for themselves. It's here, look. Ashley Shook, 24, from Worcester, who was jailed for 8 years. I mean, there's a joke for a start. 8 years. Why wasn't it life? Why wasn't it 20 years at the minimum? I don't understand. He got 8 years, and he was jailed for 8 years for rape in 2012, but he was released in 2016, and within weeks went on to rape and kidnap a 77-year-old woman who was sexually assaulted a woman. What the fuck is wrong with these people? They're not mentally stable to be allowed out in the streets. I'm getting fed up with this thing and all where it's like human rights in prisons. All this 3 to a cell. I couldn't give a fuck. Just put them in a prison. I couldn't care if there's 12 blokes in there in the size of this kitchen. They've done wrong, they've committed a serious crime, they've ruined somebody's life, they've ruined the family's life, and then they moan because they get put in a cell with, just leave them with a fucking hole in the toilet, just leave a hole in the floor and a cold tap, right? And then you just put a loaf of bread in, right? And that's it. Just leave it at that. No exercise, no nothing. And when they come out, right, you have a big, if the paedophiles, they have a P, if the rapists, they have an R. It ain't rocket science, we're just far too soft. Praying for a miracle to save my baby my dying boy. You see, this is the problem, right? Right, this lad here, if he's got a chance of living, right, we must do everything we can to save this little kid, right? But what would happen is, the money that they're spending on that prick on the first time, who I've just said about in prison, if they spent less money on him, right, so I think it's around 35 grand a year to house a prisoner each, just put him in somewhere that costs absolutely nothing, basics, a little window, and that's it, right? No eating, it don't matter. It don't matter if they get a cold or pneumonia, it don't matter, right? And put all the money that they would spend on that idiot into this little lad. Am I right or am I right? Right. Let's see. Did anybody watch Eurovision last night? I didn't. I was at work, and I heard we did quite well. We got 16 points. Britain, UK got 16 points. New clues as Netflix tears into The Ripper. The Yorkshire Ripper's deadly rampage is being made into a Netflix show. Bosses at the streaming service say it will try to dig up fresh clues about other possible attacks. Peter Sutcliffe and they hope it will repeat the success of the Madeleine McCann. Well, Madeleine McCann documentary wasn't a success. It was just a farce. It was just a complete farce. Anybody who knows anything about the McCann case, who's researched it on YouTube, know it was just a complete fucking farce. I don't even know what they were on about. So they're trying to get new evidence on the Ripper and look for more. I can't. This is just why. Why do you want to bring up people's agony, pain, and life ruined story just for Netflix? If you're going to say the history of the Ripper, then fair enough, because the ones that have been already let out, not let out, the people that have already, we know about of his victims, then fair enough. But do we need families to know that their loved one was raped and probably murdered? I don't know. Perhaps they do. Perhaps I'm wrong there. Perhaps they do want to know and say that my mother or my wife or whatever was killed and murdered, but by the Ripper. But there's never been nothing said about it. Charles Bronson, Britain's most infamous prisoner. Charles Bronson wants to teach art to children when he gets out. When he gets out of prison, you'll never get out of prison, mate. If you keep beating up bloody prison guards. The notorious Lag 66 believes art rehabilitation helps and hopes to rehabilitation him and hopes to be released from HMS Prison Wakefield before his 70th birthday. I would like to go around the schools and get the art involved, get kids involved in art. Do you know what? That might be quite good, because he's quite a talented bloke and he drew this. Charles with a knife shoved up a guard's nose as he's chained up. So yeah, I think that might be a very good idea to let Charles Bronson walk around schools teaching kids how to draw blokes with knives rammed up a governor's nose. I demand a political asylum and a new car for my mum. This cartoon is done. I want an Uzi with 5,000 rounds and I demand some ice cream. Well, this guy gets it. I think he's taking the piss there, to be fair to him, but if you can be fair to Prosper, I better be fair to him. He might come round here and whack me with the thing. These are quite funny. These pictures of dogs on rugs. Look at that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Where's the dog gone? And a pro wrestler was arrested for pinning a man to the floor by locking his head in his armpit during a parking row in Kisasaki, Japan. So that's it. There we go. Female spies are in battle with intelligence chiefs over unequal pay. If they're out there doing the job that needs to be done to find these, if they're a spy, then I can't work this out. I mean, at our place, where we work, where I work, it's a set rate. Doesn't matter if you're female or male. I mean, don't get me wrong, we ain't got any females working on the shop floor, and don't know why. There's never any applied. We did have one, but she couldn't hack it, so she had to pack it in. But yeah, so I don't understand. If a job is a job, then it's a job that gets paid that. You know what I mean? Job A gets paid X, Y, Z. So, the daredevil teen son of crocodile hunter Steve Irwin is happy to put his life in the line despite his father's tragic death. In an interview, Robert insisted his dangerous TV interactions with wild animals are his passion. The Australian teen also joked that driving in LA poses more threats. He's probably right. Driving through LA, probably right. He would. You'll try driving through fucking London, mate. You'll get a knife in your head. Right, what's happened here? Knock on baby gate nearly cost me my leg. Ooh, there's a woman here. She revealed how an accident with a baby gate could have lost her leg. Sophie Mason developed a flesh-eating bug and was put into a coma by doctors. They thought to save her limb. There's a picture there. She's caught herself. Look, that's the scar on her leg. Oh dear. Just goes to show, doesn't it? It's weird. Absolutely weird how you can do something and then just nearly die from it. A dog breeder was jailed for provoking trouble by naming too much traffic wardens and city management. It's in China, so. Meet Britain's youngest and most glam greyhound trainer, Annalise Thompson isn't just for rocking the dog racing world with her beauty, she's also turned heads with her to be training skills, and there she is. She is, and she's in the world of dog racing. I wonder how quick she can run. She's not a dog though, I'm not saying she's a dog, I'm just saying, you know. Right, what's happened here? Oh, Daisy May Cooper showed her kind side when she stepped in to help a pensioner beer mugger. She's funny, that Daisy May Cooper. She's does In the Country, and if you've not seen them, she's brilliant. She's really, really funny. That's her. If you don't, that's her there. And she's in this thing. That's her when she's dressed up and doing something for charity. I think it's called In the Country. This Country, that's it. This Country. I don't know why I kept thinking In the Country. It's a comedy on BBC. It's just they're just friends in a down and out part of Swindon and just trying to make their way through, and it's just funny. It really is funny. Me and the ginger one, I've watched it, and we were pissing ourselves laughing at it. Fry named LGBT hero. Stephen Fry and Little Mix have been announced that they've been allies in advocating LGBT rights. They've received recognition at the 2019 British lesbian and gay transsexual rights. I like Stephen Fry. He is good. He's a very, very intelligent man. He has got a certain way of putting things in words. He's really, I mean, I've watched him on QI, and he's just so intelligent without being a pompous twat over it. He's just, you can listen to him and not get fed up with him. So there you go. But, let's have a look. Keep going. I'll leave the football till the end, shall I? In case I ain't got, because not everybody's into football, and sometimes it don't matter, does it? Let's be honest. Here's Jay Blades. If you've not seen Jay Blades, he's a very, very good lad. He is one for the future, I think. Jay is. I've seen him on Money for Nothing. That's the thing in the BBC afternoon when they go around the tips and they get 3 items off people who are going to dump them, and they bring them back to life, and then they say they sell it and then give the money to the people who have done it, who was throwing it away. It's quite good. But he also does a thing called The Repair Shop on BBC as well. And we've not seen many of this season because we ain't had time. And people have got things where they take them back and they take them to the repair shop and they've broke a vase or they've broke a case or something that means something to them. And Jay's got these people around him who fixes everything, and he's brilliant. And the good thing about Jay Blades is that he can actually talk to people. He doesn't talk at them. He's just a nice guy, and he's really, really good. And Jay Blades, I personally think, look at this again in May the 19th, 2019. Jay is going to be quite big. I hope so, because he is really good. He's just a nice guy. So if you see anything with Jay Blades, give it a go. And it's just a few things here where they've repaired an old radio. There's Reggie died at 21, hopefully, and he got a model plane and something for his, and they've just repaired it, and it's really, really good, and it's a good thing to see. So give it a go, folks. If you've the Telly Repair Shop, I'm just on the Big Picture, Andy Lee's The Big Picture. I think this is going to have to be a must to see, the Elton John film. I'm not a big fan of Elton John personally. I've said this to myself, but I do like his music, and I think he has to be the person he is to make this kind of music. He's got to be a bit eccentric, a bit weird, and a bit of a pain in the arse, but fair play to him. Right, it's all holidays and shit in the Star at the moment. There's a new Volkswagen that looks like the old Golf. I don't think there's a problem page, folks. I can't go through the problem page. Catalans beat Wigan yesterday at the Nou Camp. So we had the FA Cup yesterday, and I was watching the FA Cup on telly and got True Geordie on just before I went to work, and You ought to try it, folks. I'm not promoting True Geordie because he's like promoting me, but the kick-off is good. He's got there, and he's got Lawrence, and he's got a couple of blokes, and they're just talking football. It's like being down the pub. If you've got yourself a can of beer and some nibbles, it's just like down the pub. And the best thing is you can actually send them a message, and sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't. They get hundreds going through, but it's just quite good. It's just a different way of watching telly. You got it on the telly, and then you're watching True Geordie on the thingy. And the second goal went in, it was a waste of fucking time, wasn't it? It was quite embarrassing, to be fair. But fair play to Watford for getting that far. And is there anything about Sterling? I like the way he kicked that ball in on the line to get his hat-trick. Very good. Can't believe it's not a problem page. I do apologise, folks. I've just done a 12-hour night shift and I'm doing this for you guys. So I'll just do a quick bit of football. I've got about 5 minutes left on my tape, so if you're not interested in football, thank you for watching, and I'll get you another time. If you do like football, listen to me talk bollocks. Solskjaer, old pal Jesper insists the time needed to turn things around is what's that? What's that say? I don't know. 2 more years. I don't think Ollie's the man for the job. I think he's going to absolutely screw this up, and they're going to be knackered. And the only good thing out of this is that it's shutting all the Man United fans up. That it is. What we've got here, Christian Bale. So he's on about having Hearts and backs James for United, but he's not the new Bale. No, just talking. I don't know. It's just got life. Is the problem page in here? The problem page might be in here, folks. And the thing is, I've told people to turn off, and problem page might be in here. No, it's not. Who cares? Just fucking TV shit. There's not a lot of football either. So this is rather a disappointing paper review, folks. I think. They've got the playoffs next week. Aston Villa v Derby. I haven't got a clue who's going to win that. I think Villa will do it now. To be fair, I think Grealish is hitting the form, isn't he? And he is a very, very talented player. And I would think that if Villa didn't go up. I think he'd be gone for around 35 million with add-ons, and that's it really. Frank Lampard, he's done well there. I think if Derby went up, it'd be too soon for him. But there again, you see, Derby are full of loan players, and so are Villa. But there again, they got the money when they go up, don't they? They get the money. They can spend a bit of money. So that's it really. There's not a lot more to say. It would be funny if bloody Villa did go up without the help of John Terry. That would be funny. So, Alright folks, I'm going to leave that one there, and I hope you enjoyed the paper reviews. If you still want me to do paper reviews, I'm more than willing to do them. If you've got any other interesting things that you would like me to talk about, politicals and stuff, I'll do my best to try and give an honest opinion. Right folks, I am now going to bed. Laters.